Welcome all my lovely jubblies. Today we're gonna be talking about quadratic equations and how to solve them. All right, and yeah. So, the first thing I'm gonna show you is how to solve by factoring. So, let's take a new page. All right. So we have an equation, and I'm gonna have, let's say, x squared minus 144 equals 0. All right. Now we have to factor this. So what we do is, when we factor, we are gonna first isolate 144, and that we do by adding its opposite. And so we get x squared equals 144. Now, what you do is you unsquare it because x is squared. So you unsquare, there you go. You get x equals and plus or minus 12. Now, you're not done yet completely. So, and I'm going to show you why. Because if you have x equals plus or minus 12, right? So you have x plus 12, and you have x minus 12. All right, and now what you're going to do is just simply put parentheses around these and say they're equal to 0. So first of all, you're going to do x plus 12 equals 0. You're going to minus 12 on both sides. And that'll give you x alone. X equals negative 12. Alright, and you do the same thing with x minus 12. And set it equal to 0. And now you're going to do plus 12 here, because you're going to do the opposite. Cross that out. X equals 12. So that is how you do it by factoring. The next one I'm going to show you is how to do by using square roots. So our equation here is 3x squared minus 21 equals 0. So you're going to add 21 first to get 3x squared alone. So here you go. X squared equals 21. But now what you do is, since you have a 3 and you want to get rid of the 3 and just get x squared itself, you're going to have to divide by 3 on both sides. That was going to be a big mistake if I didn't put that 1 there. Alright, so now you get, okay, let me just make that here. Alright, so now you do x squared equals 7. Alright, so now what you're going to do is you're going to unsquare it to just get the value of just 1x itself, of what just 1x equals. So we get x equals the square root of 7. Alright, so the next thing is, before I go to the next thing, there's also something important I forgot to tell you. You got to put plus or minus. That is important. And hold on, let me just rewrite that here. Plus or minus 7. The square root of 7. And particularly, just leave it as is. Alright, so the next one is solving by graphing. Now, our equation here is 2x squared minus 9x plus 11 equals 0. So they want us to do by graphing. Now, I found this cool tool, and I'm about to go over to it. So, hold on. Let me go over to it. Alright, hold on. Oops. A cool online graphing calculator tool, and it's called Desmos, and I'll put the link up on the helpful resources for those of you who need to see it. So here I am. I'm going to type the equation, or 2x. As you can see, as you start typing in, it's going to start graphing over here. Squared, so you right there, that button, and then squared. You're going to say, and yeah, just and say minus 9x, and I'm gonna just type this by my hands. As you saw that when I typed in minus 9x, the parabola went down and sort of extended, and that was pretty cool. That's really neat. And I want to say I'm gonna type in plus 11. All right. So the answer to this would be no real solutions, because your parabola doesn't have an x-intercept, and that is why it would be no real solutions. So, next thing. So, that gave us the answer of no real solutions. And you know what? I'm just going to make that big. Let me just see if I can make that font. No, 28. No real solutions. That's pretty much it. All right. The next form we have is by the quadratic formula. So, one thing we gotta know is our quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus square root of b squared. So here's b squared minus 4 times a times c, or minus 4ac, and divided by 2a. That is the quadratic formula. And so you might be wondering, well, what's the equation? How do I solve all that? All right, we're going towards that. So our equation is 5x squared plus 9x minus 21 equals 0. All right, so we're going to substitute this in to negative. So our first part is, if we go back, it's the b, so negative b. So it'll be, our b value would be 9. So negative 9. And then we're going to go back. I'm going to say plus or minus. And then we're going to put the square root, and we're going to underneath in it write b squared minus 4ac. So which is, so 9 squared minus 4 times my 5 in here, Alrighty, got it. Times C. So eventually that's basically negative 21. So, and now you divide by 2 times your value of A, which is 5. Alright, so if you do that into your graphing calculator and solve it and do it, you're gonna get your x values as x is approximately equal to 1.34, and x is equal to approximately negative 3.14. So, and how do you do that, you might be wondering? Well, I have something to say. When you solve this, you end up getting negative 9 plus or minus, if you do the calculation for it, you get, let's see, I'm going to pull my calculator out here, and I'm going to type it into my calculator, and I'm going to upload that screenshot, so bear with me for a minute. I'm going to type in there 9 squared. Alright, 9 squared minus 4, and then we're going to do parentheses 5, and parentheses again, negative 21, and then we're going to you get 501. Alright, over 10. This is your form you get when you do everything up here when you solve, but you never ever leave it like this. You have got to do negative 9 plus the square root of 501 divided by 10 and on your calculator, and you have to do negative 9 minus the square root of 501 divided by 10. That is how you get your x approximate values over here. And you always list these values because your teacher would not have any time, if she's grading your test, quiz, whatever she gives you, she's not going to have a lot of time to be like, what did you do here? She can follow your logic, but she's going to be like, what is this? Where's the x values? And she would take off. So always solve, regardless if the square root had been able to been simplified or not, because you could have just had 16 and you could have said plus or minus 4, but always, always, always go for the x value. That is always your best bet. Alright guys, with this I will be wrapping up our tutorial for today. Thank you.